I wanted to touch briefly on an issue I spoke about previously in regards to a lot of dysfunctional parents using their children for to do, rather to do cruel things. Yeah, still another cruel intentions. And it is, like I've been telling y'all, it's a very corrupt system. Systems, they're still on systems, yeah, because everything is a system, even your own body. It's a system of organs. And a lot of these, dysfunctional parents are going to be losing these children they've been using to, do, a lot of, commit a lot of, heinous crimes, to, do a lot of, dirty deeds. So, I was up in the house since, evening. I was, preparing something because I was, down here, in the garage, for the entire day. I didn't, I went up in the morning, did my, morning, routine, self-care regime, wash my face, brush my teeth, yada, yada, yada. And, I came back down. I didn't have anything to eat until about 4 something in the, afternoon to evening. And that was, I didn't feel hungry, to be honest. Like, I know how to abase and abound, and pretty much, I hardly eat from their pot. Like I said, I don't, trust, their preparations or their intentions. And I still don't like, taking from, their kitchen, because, people, when you eat at the Bible tells you when you eat at the king's table, you gotta hold a knife to your neck, to your throat, because, people, they may, allow you to eat from them or, feed you, but, it's not always from good intentions. A lot of times there are heavy spell works on food that you consume from, some of these people. So the food is very corrupt, yeah. And that's why I've been asking for financial support. But whilst I was there, like, I prepare, most of the time, food for myself. And it's just like simple stuff, because, like, me, I don't live by the flesh. I just want enough to keep, the body alive in a certain way. But, it's not really the physical that keeps the body alive, it's the spirit, because, like I said, I wasn't hungry, any at all. I just, figured out, more or less, I should, give my body some, some food. Yeah. And, pretty much it's like simple things like, I steamed some rice, and I fried up some stuff in some curd oil, like, some vegetables like, onions and, tomatoes and pepper. And that's pretty much it for me, some, light, simple vegetables. And, sometimes I would make, fry the rice into that and make like a, fried rice, curd fried rice mix. And sometimes I would just pour, all of that, that curd oil with the fried up, stir-fried vegetables on top of that rice. And that's it for me, simple, quick and easy. And I was like there, and I did some laundry. I washed some clothes by hand. Yeah, use my hands, because like my washer that I had, that I, if you go to my, look at my previous Instagram, SKYYGoddessInfinity, Sky with 2 Y's, you would see that I put up, some pictures of my Samsung washer for sale. Okay, because like for me, I wanted to start over fresh with new, items and so on and so forth. And I talked about that washer and all of that, and so on and so forth. And so I sold it, yeah. But I don't really use their stuff and all of that, And so I just, just wash them few clothes by hands. And whilst there, I was like watching. I had my, my bag with some stuff that I carry around with me, things that are, personal. And, it was in a chair in, the kitchen area, and from the washroom area, I can pretty much, look at that bag. I can watch the bag and so on and so forth. And, unbeknownst to them, they sent that little boy, that's, let me just be nice. The son of that, so-called older sister from overseas. I was, watching him because they've been using him to do a lot of, unscrupulous things. And I've been watching him keenly in terms of, my sons and my, my stuff when I'm in that house. And, I caught him red-handed because there was my bag. There are other chairs that he could, put in that vicinity to sit down. And there you just, squat down on my bag, partially on my bag, sneaking, because his intention, it was just about to enter my bag for whatever fucking reason. He was trying to enter my bag. He was trying to enter my bag, and I caught him red-handed, and he was so shocked. And and I'm just thinking back on it because I've always known that they were using that boy for negativity. Yeah, but I remember a few readings that I've done in regards to dysfunctional parents, toxic dysfunctional parents. A lot of these children would do better, if they were orphans. I'm just being real and honest because a lot of you think that your presence, is everything because you're present. But a lot of you dysfunctional parents, children, a lot of these children, would be better off without you in their lives. And that's the honest truth. Yeah? And so a lot of, these, toxic mothers, they try to blame a lot of, inadequacies on absentee fathers, which, like I said in my karma series, they're the ones who create these absentee fathers. Yeah? Because they have this obsession for control and they cannot control them. Yeah, but these children, they would do better off without a lot of these toxic mothers. I'm not just telling you, because there's so many, even men I've come across who their mothers have used them, manipulated their energies to do a lot of wrongs. And I'm like, I think about a world in which, those men didn't have such toxic, dysfunctional mothers in their lives, how much better off they would be, because their perspectives on right and wrong would differ a whole lot. I'm telling you. Stop, blaming absentee fathers. What have you done with your presence? Yeah. What of the children whose fathers passed on? Are they lacking in anything? No. Your presence as a mother should mean a whole lot more, should count for a whole lot more. Like my sons, their father was very toxic towards me, but I don't try to exclude him from their lives. I don't. Because the truth is, though, a good father, is going to ensure that he, is good to his children's mother, but a lot of times, some of them, not all of them, okay, because a lot of them, toxic to the mothers, toxic to the children, but some of them are good fathers, okay, and you don't want to be the one to, play the bad guy, okay, not literally speaking, because, mothers, we're of the feminine energy, just, saying that loosely, bad guys. You don't want to be the bad guy. Yeah? So, I've noticed, yeah, I used to have such good intentions towards that boy, but, him too, the rest of them, I just detached from, because, You know, you got to detach from people who, you know, you have no influence in their lives, because that simply means that those who have influence in their lives can manipulate their energies to affect your life. You get what I'm trying to say? And a lot of you dysfunctional parents out there, fathers too, and mothers, who have been manipulating your children to do wrongs, you're going to lose them children to death, some way or the other, because there, you know, they say, you know, many different ways to hang a dog. And there are many different ways you can lose your child. They can die in accidents. They can die from COVID-19, from Delta, from its other variants, from the various variants of coronavirus. They can die in so many ways, shape, or form. They can just suddenly develop, you know, the common cold and die from that. They can develop pneumonia from the common cold and die from that. They can just, you know, die in their sleep. Okay? I'm not sure what they call that. I don't want to, you know, use the wrong term right there. So I have a, you know, term in my head. I just don't want to use it. Okay, what's that? Sleep apnea, apnea or something like that. It could be, you know, confusing terminologies there. But, you know, there are many ways. I don't see how people think they are so invincible that they can do certain things and get away with them, you know. The physical is weak. And a lot of you have been thinking that, you know, the spirit is weak. Come on. The spirits are raging havoc. I've been saying that. Hence, you've got a lot of chaos taking place internationally, globally, because the blood of the innocent, they're crying out to their makers. I read that recently in the Apocrypha. And that scripture stands out so profoundly in my spirit, because that's what's really happening. And so for all of you who've been pretty much, you know, ignorant of the fact that spirit has power, and those perspectives are gonna change very soon, and that's gonna happen before 2021 comes to an end.